What do you think of graffiti?
I think it's a great way to show art as long as it's not using like profanity or slang, and I think it needs to be done, well, yeah, in a good way and in a neat way too. So it's not totally covering like buildings and stuff, but other than that, it's good.
Dire que Fernand est mort, dire qu'il est mort, Fernand, dire que je suis seul derrière.
Graffiti has become a great controversy. It has become an iconic image in our culture, and although it is very capable of public attention, there are many who oppose it completely. There are also some who endorse graffiti and explain that it is an art form and should be treated as such. The main question of this debate has become, is graffiti an art form, or should it just be considered as vandalism? There are many opinions on the specifics of this debate, such as many who advocate graffiti exemplify its placement because it is found aesthetically pleasing. However, there are other opinions explaining how it defaces the architecture and the overall atmosphere of cities. To reveal this question on a deeper level, we must find the reasons for graffiti, as well as the differentiating views people have associated with it. Graffiti is a fairly new art form. Rumor has it that it started in Philadelphia in the 1960s. It was created or brought to light supposedly by writers Cornbread and Cool Earl. This phenomenon spread quickly to New York, where it really boomed. New ways of writing emerged with different styles and locations, eventually evolving into what we see today. But why do writers, a popular nickname for graffiti artists, do what they do? Why write on walls? Some do it simply for recognition of themselves, their name, and their artistic talent. Some do it for creative expression, displaying who they are and what they do to a larger audience. And some do it for political agendas or statements. Usually these are found to be about capitalism or corrupt government. And yes, some is gang-related, but very little is actually caused by this. When used to generate a statement, graffiti is generally used to show the public something that couldn't be voiced, say in a gallery or a museum. Aesthetic appeal in graffiti is apparent for many. People find it attractive and sometimes comic. Some believe it helps cities look better, that it adds color to otherwise drab places. It is also very capable of producing money. Take Banksy, for example, a stencil graffiti artist who has sold his pieces for millions. Others, however, find it offensive and disgraceful. It destroys property, and it costs millions of taxpayers' money in the attempt to remove it. Some people find graffiti artists simply as idiotic vandals. It is illegal, and there is no explanation for its placement on walls in their neighborhoods and cities. There are other sides to graffiti. For example, sometimes it displays images or phrases that are graphic and offensive to certain people groups. Graffiti used to discriminate certain cultures or people groups is a hate crime and is treated as such by the police. According to the city of Calgary, all graffiti without permission is always considered vandalism. They say it makes people concerned with their personal safety, that it also may lead to other crimes and violence, and it is also shown to lower housing rates. Graffiti is either found on public or private property, and many do not want it there. Many believe that graffitiists have no right to decide to paint on others' property. For example, 53-year-old Fred Reddick is a strong believer in this philosophy.
Inch of the I-10. He is a one-man graffiti crusader.
Our goal is to have a better image and a better quality life for the city of New Orleans.
In 1997, he founded Operation Clean Sweep, a non-profit organization based in New Orleans dedicated to eradicate graffiti. With the permission of New Orleans and with the help of volunteers, he rolls gray primer on any graffiti he sees, even if it is found on windows of shops or stop signs and posts. Graffiti artists who have been outraged with what he has been doing have given him the alias the Grey Ghost. There are many opposing views on this topic, and also like every other debate, there are extremists. It is in my humble opinion that there may be a middle ground here. Graffiti is an art in many ways and should be considered as such. The possibly forms of graffiti that are ugly and distasteful should be considered vandalism and should be removed. Just like in art itself, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It seems that differentiating opinions on this topic are based completely on perspective. What are your opinions? Do you consider it art? Or is it just vandalism?